Hi, good people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hopefully, you're all doing good. Today, I am planning to do two episodes. It's late night, early morning, however you say it. It's around 3 a.m. here in Dhaka. You can say quarter to 3 or something like that. So, I'm doing late night videos because it's peaceful and quiet. Everybody's sleeping. So, I have 15 fragrances in this first list, and this is going to be a romantic fragrance setup. And I would like to discuss something with you in the next video where I'm going to explain to you why I'm not doing so many individual reviews. And that is coming up in the next video. I'm going to do 3 topics. Okay, so romantic fragrances, I did not particularly pick up any season. Any season is good for any fragrance basically for me if you can wear it, but mostly these are, when you talk of romantic, it has to be something sweet. And I have a couple of surprises here and there. You will see as I go. I reviewed them all. Please check them out. So number 15, I'll go with this newer fragrance which is called Armaf Clubdinary Untold. Okay, this is one of the most beautiful looking, stunning looking bottle in my collection. And this is my second bottle. Since I have a page, I constantly keep buying backup bottles when they are selling well, because I have a Decant page. But this fragrance, I use it and I get compliments. It's a beautiful, sweet, fluffy version. You can get the marshmallow sort of a smell. You can get kind of candy floss, however you say it, a little bit citrus. And this fragrance is basically very sweet, but it's not as sweet as Baccarat Rouge, which this one is supposed to clone. Really good performance. You have nose fatigue sometimes, but it lasts long time. People detect it. Just go 5 sprays. Excellent dating fragrance, and I think it's really good. The budget is not super cheap, but I think this is one of the best releases in recent times by Armaf, Untold. This is my most favorite in the current moment. I actually like the other one, Delina's clone, as well, but this one I like on me a lot. This is beautifully unisex. Club de Nuit Untold by Armaf, number 15. Number 14, similar looking bottle, but this is a different fragrance altogether. This is sweetness again. Dolce Gabbana, the One EDP. This fragrance needs no introduction. I have quite a few OGs here, like the familiar ones, the old fragrances, and this is a solid one. The bottle feels solid, the fragrance feels solid. It's basically great for winter, but the sweetness, booziness, tobacco, and then the tropical fruit punch sort of vibe, some ginger, makes this fragrance amazingly sexy DNA. You know, it's like one of the most beautiful DNA in a fragrance. Definitely check it out, and do not bother about the performance issue. You just need like, a little bit extra sprays perhaps, but this is an intimate fragrance, very romantic fragrance. It's called Dolce Gabbana The One EDP, one of the finest from this collection. Number 13, this is the surprise entry here. I think I look at the rest of them, people would agree, but this one they may not, but I'll explain to you why I picked it. This is called Chanel Allure Sport. This one, people go a little bit surprised. They're like, isn't similar to Versace Purum, which is a fresh, which is an aquatic. How come you call this romantic fragrance? Perhaps a masculine fragrance, fresh, sweet, sporty, but why romantic? See, thing is, how you perceive fragrances, it varies from people to people. Some people will call this like something I wear before a game, or playing tennis, sport, anything, or after a shower. I understand it has the freshness, but it has this creaminess which Versace Purum doesn't provide. Missoni's Wave doesn't provide any of this other ones. But what this is a high class, long lasting, creamy, sweet neroli, which is fresh at the same time sweet. So this fragrance can be worn all year round, any purpose in my humble opinion. And I'm wearing this after shower, a late night. Yeah, I do take shower late nights because it's summer going. Yeah, it's here. Beautiful fragrance. Go high, like number of sprays on the shirt, it will last longer. And this one has decent longevity too. So Chanel Allure Sport, it's a fragrance like I would say much more potent than Bleu de Chanel, which is also great fragrance, but this one performs like Allure Sport line, whole line performs well. So check it out, Allure Sport by Chanel. The Edition Blanche is very romantic, but doesn't last. So I think 15, 14, 13, number 12, I'm gonna go with my favorite, Bulgari Man In Black. All these fragrances here, if you see them sometimes low in the ranking, do not worry about it, because these fragrances are all fantastic. I picked them for a reason, handpicked them from my collection. I used them for a number of years, I know. So this is basically a all blacks edition, very hard to find. You don't need this one. You can get the regular Man In Black, which is also getting expensive. But man, what a fragrance. This is a phenomenal fragrance. I thank Bulgari for making a statement like this. The whole line basically of this Bulgari is, man, fantastic. Some people know, some people don't. But for me, the pepper, the tuberose, the booze, I think there's rum in there, and there's a tobacco. This mix is just so masculine. It's addictive, long lasting. Nighttime, it's so mysterious. Let's say going out mostly in daytime, like nighttime, this is a great fragrance for that. Even in summer, if it's a little bit cloudy, it rained a little bit, oh man, this fragrance makes a big statement. Thousands of niche, uber niche fragrances cannot even sometimes come close to this. Women love this, and this is kind of like those masculine fragrances, okay? But it's great for romantic setup, in my humble opinion. Nighttime. Bulgari Men In Black. I'll write down all the names. So number 11, then you hit top 10, I think. Number 11 is this fragrance. Armani, Stronger With You, Oud. Okay, maybe up for debate once again what this fragrance is doing here. This should be in the top 5, isn't it? It's one of the finest designer release, which is targeted toward Middle Eastern market. Yeah, I understand. I do like this as much as I like the leather. Leather lasts long a little bit on me, but this, the oud, it's not oud, man. It's just sweet. It's built to love. When I smell it, man, it's just so good. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. You smell this, then there is definitely Stronger With You DNA in there. If you like intensely, absolutely, they're all good. But the leather and this, and I hear this amber that's popping up soon. I want to get that. But this is such a phenomenal fragrance for dating. I would highly suggest you try this. It's expensive for a reason. It got pure quality. Armani Stronger With You, Oud. And thing is, when I buy my fragrances, I do research. So I also urge you to do this. Do not blind buy fragrances based on recommendation. You can try them in shopping malls if you have it around you. That's the best way to try any fragrance. You know right away if it's for you or not. So the next one we hit number 10 is this fragrance. Okay, this is Haramain Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. I always forget the name because it's too long. This fragrance, only thing I don't like about this fragrance are two. One thing, this is Haramain. Owner is Bangladeshi, but we have to pay full retail plus extra money for these fragrances in Bangladesh, which is sad. We don't want to pay that much. We import from outside. That is much cheaper. Second thing I don't like, this bottle not being big bottle. I think this is 75 ml or 60 ml or something like that. And I heard there are bigger bottles. I didn't know the 125 ml. That would be a great value. What this is, it's Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille on fire. Okay, if you put this on, you go past anybody. If you like Tobacco Vanille, you're gonna like this. Okay, just that's it. That's simple. But the thing is, watch the number of sprays. This is very potent. If you go 5, 6, you'll get headache and you get people very annoyed with you. This got this powdery, sort of like a very sweet, smoky. Is it vanilla? I don't know. There's something in it like a tobacco, and then I think there's a cinnamon or something mixed in. What a beautiful powdery kind of a fragrance, and it's amazing. Okay, so Haramain Amber Oud Tobacco Edition. This one definitely makes my list in the tobacco category. So number 9, this is a discontinued gem. I urge you, get this fragrance if you can get 200. If there is a 200, get it. This is Hugo Boss bottle EDP Intense. Okay, not EDT Intense, not EDP. They are two different fragrances. Okay, totally different fragrances. EDP Intense Hugo Boss bottle. This is just like a 2 or 3 bottles of Hugo Boss bottle, like pumped in one bottle of this. This is so good. This is so rare, and this is so expensive now. I seldom use it. And look at the juice color. It's much more darker than Boss bottle. Boss bottle is more fluffy. The apples are more citrusy. Cinnamon is kind of like a playful side. This definitely for fall and winter. Great performer. I think got leather as well. But it's such a masculine, I just love this. Some of the people who started their journey, I'm one of them. And this was like our big fragrance, like Armani Code, this one. Okay. And these fragrances we sort of like used when we were in our university college days. Okay. Amazing fragrance. I definitely put it as one of the most romantic fragrances ever. Next one, when we talk about romance, this fragrance, you will not find it anywhere, sadly. Even if you find, you're gonna have to pay $300-400. That's what I understand. This is called Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef and Arpels. So I understand Valentine's Day is gone, and this is super rare. You'll never find it. Some people say Bulgari Black is close to this. I find some similarity, but that one is not of this quality. Even the bottle is not of this quality. This bottle is something else. You want to stare at it. This was one of my first purchase in Bangladesh from one of the shops called Sterling. I think I had a 75 ml bottle then this was my second bottle. So basically, what I will tell you, Midnight in Paris is sometimes overhyped. Some people would say, hey, this is like the best of them all. No such thing. When you smell it, sometimes with high expectation, you might be disappointed. Like this is just like a sweet, kind of like a tonka bean, perhaps powdery. And some of you feel like that's it. That's what costing $400. If you just try it, or if you just find it at a good price, like regular price, and you smell it and you see the bottle, the overall package will win your heart. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's so beautiful. It's so intoxicating. I just love it in February a lot. One of the best romantic fragrances ever. Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef and Arpels. So next one, I saved some surprises for you. And you keep seeing some big names here, right? Already you have seen the Armani, Bulgari, and then Midnight in Paris. And if you see the next one, this is nowhere near the cost of some of these fragrances before, but I find it super romantic and super peace mode. Like the longevity in this is like a spicy, sweet, kind of like a cookie. And this is a, they say clone of Valentino V. I think that fragrance is super rare. You can get Daarej by Rasasi. And I just looked at it, I'm like, this is gonna make this list. The reason being, this is super affordable. I think this is one of the cheaper Rasasis. Still is, I think, under $30 or so, sometimes 20 something dollars. What you get in this, it's sheer sexiness. If you like fragrance like La Male, imagine La Male being 3 times more sweet and still has that oldies feel, like 90s feel. It feels like nostalgic. And man, this is a kind of like, I would not say bad boy, but it can be. If you wear a leather jacket and this, it can even do the same effect as Shura does, but Shura is way too animalic. Daarej is not. Daarej definitely is one of the more interesting fragrances, a beautiful juice color. I would highly recommend this, Daarej by Rasasi. So next one, here is another, you can say surprise. This is Thierry Mugler Angel, and this is one of my vintage bottles that I got, I think a few months back, couple of months back. And these are like, not, you don't have to get this. You can get the star version, you can get the EDT format version. There are tons of them. Sometimes you don't even know what they released because sometimes they are like just so limited. Certain countries have it, certain shops have it, airports have it. Angel, any version that you get EDT is a little bit more fresher. EDP it's more concentrated. If you get one of those darker ones, they're going to be very sweet. What I like about Angel, I like this more than Thierry Mugler Angel Man. Always did. The reason being Angel Muse, like Aura, these fragrances I feel always were kind of like, unisex. And this perfume, it's sweet. It's similar to something like number one. They have something in common, but this fragrance, it's a lot more wearable than Angel Man. That's what my 2 cents. You can do whatever you want. This fragrance, if you see it somewhere, women's style, try it. Okay, you will perhaps not feel the same vibe as me, but romance, when it comes to romance, Thierry Mugler is magical. Thierry Mugler Angel, definitely one of my favorites. So we have top 5. Number 5, without this fragrance list will not be complete. La Nuit de l'Homme, everybody knows this. You can get Albayt Al Dimashki, El Nuit. Instead of this, for performance, you can layer them because the new batches of La Nuit de l'Homme are not as potent as the older ones. I have a 2014 here. I have 2018 at the back. These are more mature. You can get the cardamom, the sweetness, kind of like the chocolatey vibe. But the DNA, this is one of the most alluring fragrances women love on men. Okay, and it's proven. You give it a couple of shots and you go ask your friends, female colleagues, they will tell you this smells very beautiful. Okay, La Nuit de l'Homme, I don't need to explain that much. Number 4, I'll show you a backup bottle of mine because my original bottle, it's there, but it's the juice level is low. This is called Pure Malt. This is picking a pretty penny in Bangladesh. A tester like this, not like this, tester of this fragrance, which is, this is a full retail packet of Mugler. These are super rare, super expensive. I think the tester for Thierry Mugler, like Pure Malt, someone's selling, one of the sellers selling for $200 nearly. And it tells you a story. That's like 3 times more than what it used to be, right? So that's not the reason why I like it. Pure Malt is one of the best. If you see this bottle, one of the most beautiful whiskey-based fragrance, which is sweet and also has the original Amen DNA. Man, this fragrance works. That's it. Take it from me. If you get it somewhere on a deal or a page or any raffle draw, take it. This is gonna be a win. Number 3, I have a joint entry. Then I have number 2 and number 1. Number 3 is this. My favorites, 2 of my favorites, Valentino Uomo Intense, the older version. The newer ones look different on the cap, and the older version of Dior Intense. So this Dior Intense, it's, I think, has the top note has gone a little bit off, and it's super potent. This one is my vintage bottle. People know me by this. Like, I swear by this one. I've been wearing this since 2016. I keep the juice for my memory's sake, and special occasion I use this only. Dior Intense, you guys know, and this is a little bit more chocolatey and leathery compared to this. This one is more iris and lipsticky makeup vibe. Both of them are joint champions. Okay, I love them both. Both of them extremely long lasting. If you can get older batches, even better. But these two definitely in the list. Number 3, Valentino Uomo Intense and Dior Intense. So at this point, some of you are wondering what happened to me. Dior Intense didn't make number 1. It doesn't matter. I love them all equally, but I'll show you 2 other fragrances which I feel are extremely special. I was going to show you one fragrance which I later changed my mind because I'm not sure if everybody will like it. That's called Ani, Nishane Ani. But my bottle, I need a backup bottle. Nishane Ani is, again, man, one of my favorite fragrances, but I always didn't feel this one fits the dating purpose because Supreme is strong. So I got you covered. If you like vanilla, kind of like those DNA, you can try this. This is Lune Feline, okay, Lune Feline or Lune Feline by Atelier. Des Orsline. I always get confused with the name. It got real gold flakes inside. Beautiful bottle, beautiful cap. These are niche fragrances, which is expensive, okay? But once you have it, man, this fragrance, I cannot describe to you. One of the best fragrances I ever bought in my journey is this, okay? Atelier, Lune Feline. Check out my review, then you'll know. Beast mode fragrance, beast mode longevity and projection both, and sweetness from this is so magical. This is why it's so high up in the order. And only one fragrance beaten it today is this one, which is gonna be Angel Share, okay? I always wanted to buy a backup bottle, but sadly these come only in 50 ml and super expensive. I cannot afford to keep backup bottles of these. I can have one bottle, I have a little bit of juice left, about 10 ml or so. I use it only on special occasion. I just do this from time to time. I'll leave it up to you, and I'm not going to talk about this, why this is number one. This is the best fragrance, one of the top. I would say this is one of the best fragrance from Kilian for me, and if not the best. I have some of the other ones, but I think this is my most favorite. Man, what a beautiful fragrance this is. Check it out. Boozy, sweet, lovey-dovey. It's just masterpiece, okay? So check it out. This is called Angel Share by Kilian. Thank you so much for watching. Let's do number 2 video, then we'll upload this. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.